Did you ever really hope for something, and when that time comes, you don't get what you want? Or even worse, you get what you want, but you find out it wasn't what you really hoped for at all. My name is Moreland. I am an administrative assistant at Heights Church and a volunteer leader in junior high ministry. I remember one Christmas when I wanted a Sew Magic sewing machine. It didn't use a needle and thread, but instead it had magic stitch. It looked so cool in the commercials. It promised that you wouldn't get stuck by a needle and you could make all kinds of amazing creations. It was all that I wanted for Christmas that year. And guess what? It was under the tree waiting for me Christmas morning. I was so excited to begin making the most amazing creations, but the magic stitch had a problem. It was a glue that smelled like rotten eggs. And I decided it wasn't what I wanted at all. It wasn't what I hoped for, and consequently, I never used it. As we begin this Advent season, the 4 weeks leading up to Christmas, let me ask you this question. What do you put your hope in? Is it in people, politics, possessions? Because the things of this world often leave us dissatisfied and disappointed, or the satisfaction is temporary at best. As we dig into our devotional time, let's reflect on what real hope is and where it begins. I want to read to you from Isaiah chapter 9, verses 2 and 6 through 7. The people who walk in darkness will see a great light. For those who live in a land of deep darkness, a light will shine. For a child is born to us, a son is given to us. The government will rest on his shoulders, and he will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. His government and its peace will never end. He will rule with fairness and justice from the throne of his ancestor David for all eternity. The passionate commitment of the Lord of Heaven's armies will make this happen. Today, I encourage you to look not only to the hope that we have in the coming of the birth of Jesus Christ, but also to take the long view as we live out the lives here and now with an eye to the future. Let's see what impact we can make while we wait for the return of the risen King. In your time of prayer, ask God, who needs hope renewed in their lives today? And what role can you play in that? Who needs a word of encouragement that you can give? Who needs a helping hand that you can offer? Who needs to know that they're not alone today? Who needs to experience forgiveness? And who do you need to let in front of you at the grocery store? And here's a caveat. Do it without expecting anything in return. Simply do it because you walk in the relationship with a God of hope, and I promise you that you will see God move his hand in unexpected ways in your life. 2020 has been a year of many disappointments and plans that have been rerouted. But let me encourage you with this. God is the one we can put our trust in now and in the future. He is a God who has fulfilled his promises, and we can trust him to keep his promises in the future. As Romans 8:28 says, and we know that God causes everything to work together for the good of those who love God and are called according to his purpose for them. As we keep our eyes on the God of hope, who fulfills his promises, let's not grow weary of doing good, for the promise is that at the proper time, we will reap a harvest if we don't give up. Be blessed, friends, and speak blessings on people that you encounter today, because we all need to experience hope.